I always get asked what sponges are my favorite ones. I have a few of them, but since this video I'm only going to be going over two, because the most asked question is which sponge is better, the Beauty Blender or the Real Technique sponge. Now, I've only used the Real Technique sponge, I want to say about 2 times, and it was 2 times enough for me not to pick it up again, but I haven't used it enough for me to fully say my opinion on them, which is why I wanted to do a live demo actually doing my makeup. Since I'm going to be going to Bed Bath & Beyond to return some stuff, I was like, let me just do like a quick 10-minute makeup comparing the two. So on one side I'm going to be using the Beauty Blender, and on the other side I'm going to be using the Real Technique sponge. So Beauty Blenders retail for $20, which is a lot of money for a sponge. I will say that, because I remember back then when I was in college and I was broke as fuck, I watched about 10 reviews before purchasing the sponge, because my wallet was tight back then. So I can definitely understand why people don't want to splurge on the Beauty Blender and they would prefer to spend on the Real Techniques one, because Beauty Blender isn't carried in drugstores and most drugstores do carry the Real Techniques sponge. Now I have a pack of 4 because the company actually gave me a few of their products when I went to BeautyCon. They just gave me a bag full of stuff. So this is literally the one that I used, and as you can tell, I don't really like fuck with it like that. Here's the thing, you have to understand like what style of makeup you want to wear, because there's glam makeup, there's 10-minute makeup. Typically the style of makeup that I do is very glam, and my foundation is usually always heavy. I did notice that when I used this one, this sponge absorbed so much of the product that I was using, and it really pissed me off. And I do own some of the Real Technique brushes, and honestly they are amazing. If you guys haven't gotten your hands on some of the Real Technique brushes, you guys need to. Now the reason why I didn't spend on these is because they gave it to me for free. You guys, since before I started doing makeup, like I would only buy affordable products. If you guys want to become a beauty blogger, I would totally recommend it, because companies send you free shit, and who don't want free shit? Real Technique sponge retails for $6. I see one for $5.99 at Target. Kohl's, a pack of 2 is $11. Today's foundation that I'm going to be using is, of course, the Frankie Rose foundation, because that's my shit. This is the foundation that I wear when I do really glammed out looks, and also everyday types of makeup looks, which since I'm a mom, when I do my makeup, it's when either I'm filming or I have to go to an event. Other than that, I don't wear no type of makeup, and I literally just walk around in sweats and a sweater. I put this outfit together for you guys because I wanted to look cute. I don't know if I've mentioned this oil to you guys, but this is the Farsali Rose Gold Elixir, and it has like little droplings of gold. I really love this as kind of like a primer slash moisturizer, just to soften up the skin. Recently Cosmo Cube sent me a little acrylic palette, so I use this. I use this foundation so much, and Frankie Rose literally just sent me a refill of the foundation, because I go through this so fast. Like, I'm not the type of person to go through makeup like this unless I really love the product, then yeah, but for the most part it's hard for me to fall in love with the product, I swear, which is why I don't really purchase a lot of collections unless the company sends it to me. Because let's face it, like I already have a shitload of makeup, why do I need to go buy some? But I think it's just because like you guys want to see reviews on makeup products when they first come out. So let me know, like, do you care if I wait like 2 to 3 weeks until the hype dies down, or do you want me to upload a video when it first comes out? Because companies be coming out with so much shit, it's like, okay, like what's good, what isn't good. I like to apply the foundation onto my face and then go in with the blender. Okay, so right away, this sponge picks up so much product. So much product that Beauty Blender doesn't give me this type of problem. So it sheared out the layer of foundation. It's kind of one of those applications that's like, I'm super duper duper in a hurry and I don't really want my foundation to come off cakey. So if you are a full coverage queen, you're not going to like this sponge. But it is blending everything out evenly. Right here, the coverage isn't how I would like for it to be. I'm going to apply the same amount of foundation as I did on the other side. It eats up the foundation. Of course, every sponge is going to eat up foundation. Like, there's no doubt about that. But I feel like with this one, it kind of goes on top of the sponge to where you're still able to work with it on your face. So you see how like right here, you still have a lot of foundation you're able to use, versus the other sponge, it eats it up. You don't even have this type of extra foundation for you to work with. And the Beauty Blender is much smaller, so I feel like you're able to kind of work with it a little bit more. And I love that the Beauty Blender has like a little point like that, so you can really get into the cracks. I'm gonna do a second layer of foundation. Either way, even when I'm using the Beauty Blender, I still do a second layer of foundation. But on this side, I feel like there is slightly a little bit more coverage than this side. I have spots right here on the face where you could see more skin. Because with the second layer, you should be good, full coverage, ready to go. Maybe I should like not dab so hard. Maybe dabbing like a little bit like this will help the application. Now with the second layer of foundation, the application with this sponge is a lot better. Well, clearly, you know, a second layer of foundation never does bad. I'm just so used to using a Beauty Blender. I have both layers of foundation. It's really hard to distinguish which side is more full coverage. I really love a heavy under eye, but at the same time, I still want it to look like skin. And I love how the Beauty Blender applies it. Now, moving on to this side. The Beauty Blender is a little bit more full coverage. This is what my face looks like up close. All my makeup is done. I did highlight, contour, and I did no lashes because I literally have to take off right now and I didn't have time to do nothing fancy. I didn't do no liner, nothing. And the eyeshadows that I wore today was from the Dare to Create eyeshadow palette, and this is the new palette that Morphe just recently came out with. I was super duper excited about the big transition colors that it has like in the middle of the palette. I was just really upset that they didn't have more neutrals in there. Now when I say neutrals, I mean like shimmery shadows, because I had to literally grab another palette to place my lid color because they didn't have something light enough for my preference. But the shadows for the transitions are so bomb, and I love that they did kind of like a super neutral, almost green undertone brown, because those are perfect for the fall, and the transition colors are just so creamy. I love creamy transition colors. I literally just threw on mascara because I didn't want to do no lashes. I will have to say that the Beauty Blender beats the Real Techniques sponge because you don't use as much product with the Beauty Blender, and I feel like that is key because I really want to have a product that lasts me a long time versus having to purchase more products. So in the end, I feel like you save more money with this. The second layer of foundation after I applied with this sponge, the Real Techniques sponge, it did very good. Maybe it works well with other foundations. If you guys are struggling to purchase the Beauty Blender, it's better to have a sponge than no sponge at all. That completes this video. I'll see you guys all in my next one because I have to go to Bed Bath & Beyond. I was gonna say Bed Bath & Body Works. I feel like those are like so similar. I have to go be a señora now.